Yusuf alayhi salam extremely knowledgeable in deen? Scholar perhaps? No. He doesn't have that education. The only education he had in Islam was as a child. He had private tutoring with his father, Yaqub alayhi salam. That's it. That's all he's got. He's holding on to that education now that he's a teenager. Now things are going to get really fuzzy. وَرَاوَدَتْهُ الَّتِي هُوَ فِي بَيْتِهَا. Translation says, and the one who was in, that one who was in his house, or in whose house he was in rather, desired him. That's what the translation says, desired him, or tried to make him slip. That's what the other translation says. Let's understand this word راوَدَ. الرائد الذي يرسل في التماس النعجة وطلب الكلام. From the root origin, ra, waw, and dal, the first meaning of the word is actually, ra'id is used for someone who is sent to gather sheep, to herd sheep, and to protect them. Okay? So he's supposed to call sheep, come here, come here. I don't know what you say to sheep, I don't know. But you say something to sheep to bring them closer to you, and you keep them close to you. Okay? So he's trying to allure the animal to keep it within the fence. This is why a seeker is also called the jama' of ra'id, ruwad. Like in a hadith, the Prophet says, for Sahaba, يَدْخُلُونَ رُوَادًا يَخْرُجُونَ أَدِلَّةً. They come as seekers and they go out as givers of evidence. Ruwadan, they come as seekers. So seeking is within the meaning, right? Going out and really having desire to get something. Then, أصل الرائد الذين يتقدم القوم يبصر لهم الكلام. The one who gets ahead of everybody else is more zealous than everybody else to watch over something and be protective and possessive of something. That's within the meaning. أرادت جالت, to go around casually. ونسمت أي تحركت تحركا خفيفا. When somebody has rowed, they're walking around in a subtle way. I'm going to come back to all of these meanings. To want something, to be subtle, to walk around in a subtle way, to give subtle gestures. Okay, that's the second meaning. And to be zealous, to really go ahead of everybody else to try to acquire something. This is actually the same word from which you get irada, or arada shay'an, to want something. But finally, ar-rawd, al-muhla, fi shay'. To take things slowly is also called rawd. Now what does rawada mean? Rawada means that she wanted him. Rawada also means that she wanted, because it's from the mufa'ala family, she wanted him to like her. So she was trying to be cute around him. Oh, you said me. Didn't notice you were here. You know, that's her. My impressions are very good, I know. Thank you. Okay, so she does that. Then secondly, she speaks, she goes around, you know, to go, jalat. She somehow ends up in the same room every now and then. You know, oh, you're just wondering what you're doing. Okay, I'm just gonna go now. And just kind of slip in every now and then, kind of go around and just be in his view all the time. Just wants to be in his view. Then it also, she as he's become a teenager, she's attracted to him. By the way, temptation is not a bad thing, remember that? She's attracted to him, but now she's slowly trying to drop hints at it. Because rawd also means muhda. She's slowly trying to, oh Yusuf, you're so wonderful. Just sit here. And I just want to talk. I just want to talk. It's not really I just want to talk, but she says I just want to talk. So she's doing all this stuff that is kind of innocent. You can't really say, you know what she said to me today? She said she just wants to talk. You can't complain about that. You can't get caught with that stuff because it's too subtle and it's very crafty and it's very khafif. You know, you can't really catch it. What is talking haram now? It's not haram. No, it's not haram. So she's kind of reeling him in very slowly. Okay. Now this thing it's amazing in the Quran. The idea of reeling someone in is actually something guys do. But in the Quran, Allah describes a woman doing it. You know why? Allah takes the most extreme circumstance and says, this can even happen with women. Usually it's the guy who's trying, hey, did you have the homework from yesterday? Oh, thank you. You know, what, is it haram to ask for homework? You know. It's the guy who makes these schemes and takes it slow and then says, oh, I love talking to you. You're so, I don't know, you're such a spiritual person. She ain't no spiritual person, but you know, he's just, you know, wow, and she starts thinking, wow, he
he loves my iman. Yeah, he loves your iman. Exactly, that's what he loves.
Sure.
You know? But here a woman's being described, trying to do this.
A married woman. Why is Allah talking about a married woman? This is like rated PG-13. You brought little kids here. But we have to talk about temptation. You know one of the things we're learning? No one is free from temptation. Doesn't matter if you're married or not. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. This is something that can hit you. You can have these feelings. You can have these feelings. Having the feeling is not wrong. What you do with them is wrong. If you let them fester, if you do little things, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, and it grows and it grows and it grows, and eventually she just goes psycho. And one day when she just couldn't handle it, and he's not reciprocating, because he's a man of firm decision. He's a young man, but he's smart, and he knows she's trying to be cute, and he just says, I think I gotta go clean the bathrooms or something. And he gets away. He just goes away. You know what happens one day? التي هو في بيتها عن نفسه. She slipped away from herself, from her real self. وغلقت الأبواب. She locked the doors, multiple latches on every door. She went around and locked every single one of them. Yusuf alayhi salam is doing some cleaning, he's dusting the couch, something. And then she turns around and says, وقالت هيت لك. She said, hurry up and come here. Now the thing is, she owns the house, yes? And he's a what in the house? He's a servant in the house. He's been a servant in the house for many, many years, yes? So she says, hurry up and come here all the time. Hurry up and come here, clean these dishes. Hurry up and come here, do the lawn. Hurry up and come here, wash this. You clean it. Isn't it make sense? Hayta lak itself is not controversial language. You can't say hayta lak astaghfirullah, what are you saying? No. Hayta lak is completely normal language. Hurry up and come here. But this young man is smart, and Allah has taught him how to interpret speech. So he can tell the difference between hurry up and come here and hurry up and come here. He can tell the difference. He can tell the difference. He knows what's up. Every other time in his life, when she says hurry up and come here, what does he do? He goes there, hurries up and goes there. She's not using any different language than she always uses. But this is يُعَلِّمُكَ مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْحَدِيثِ. He taught the interpretation of speech, you remember? And through him we're learning the interpretation of speech. So when somebody calls you or sends you a text message and says, hey, where are you having dinner? تَعَلَّمْ تَأْوِيلَ الْحَدِيثِ. Where are you having dinner? I'm not having dinner. Because you know where that's going. No, it was completely innocent. It was just about dinner. There's nothing. Where are you going after this program? Hey, a bunch of us are going to ice cream. You want to come? Oh, look, an invitation for ice cream. I love ice cream. That has nothing to do with anything. There are no strings attached. There's no intention behind this text message. Yes, there is, and you're not stupid. You know, but you play along, and you act dumb. This is why Rawadat to make him slip from his true self. She knows his self is mature. Now the other thing, Rawadat also makes someone slip. Let's understand that meaning. You see, Allah created the human being with there's a lot of volcanoes inside of us. There are lots of emotions inside of us. There's also this incredible mind that Allah has given us that can learn the truth. If it were not for this mind, we would not be appreciating the word of Allah. We would not be followers of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That wouldn't happen if we weren't people of thought. We wouldn't understand our purpose in life if we didn't have this incredible mind. But we're not just robots who think. We also have very strong emotions. Anger is a very strong emotion. Jealousy is a very strong emotion. Temptations are very strong emotions. Desire for the opposite gender is a very strong emotion. Having feelings towards someone is not a joke. It can take over your mind. You can't think about anything else. All you think about is this person. And it's really easy now because now their pictures are all over Facebook and they don't even know, but you're a stalker. And you've got their picture on the background, you're looking at it every 2 minutes and you just, it just runs your mind all the time. It's like you're running out of gas, you're running out of air if you don't see their picture, or you don't talk to them, or you don't message them, or you don't hear something from them. And this can become something really overwhelming. The married people here have no idea what I'm talking about. And that's okay. But anyway, but that can happen. And especially in what years? Teenage years. You go crazy, man. Your mind runs wild. If you're from India, Pakistan, you are like, there's an entire Indian movie playing in your head. You are running around trees and everything. Like you're just, the whole 9 yards. This is not a small thing. And you know why I'm telling you this? Because it makes you forget who you really are. There's a dignified human being, a thoughtful human being, a purposeful human being who's supposed to be accomplishing great things in life. But when this one temptation takes you over, it takes you away from who you really are, and you just don't accomplish anything in life, and you're just this lost creature who's addicted like a drug to this person or to this desire. You're addicted to it, and it's taken away from all of your productivity, all of the goodness that you have. And when it gets really bad, it actually, not only is it a thought, it actually turns you into an animal. It just turns you into an animal. That desire becomes so strong that all you want to do is fulfill that urge. That urge is just, that's all you think about, that's all you crave, that's all you're lusting for. You're just, completely deprived of it, and you just want it more than anything else, and that's it. That's all there is to it. You don't think about the consequences. You don't think about the other person. You don't think about the girl's family, or you don't think about her dignity. You don't think about anything. You just think about your hormones, and that's it. Just an animal. Like an animal, when a bird sees another bird and says, hey, it does not say, oh, maybe we should propose first, or not. No, it just goes for it. There is no process. You just turn into an animal. The chase is on. And that can happen to a man, and it can happen, in extreme cases, even to a woman. This is serious business. You have to put measures in place. That's why hukum is necessary. Having firm decision is necessary. You can learn the tafsir of Surah Yusuf and still get messed up. And still just completely fall obsessed with some girl, guys here, or you with a guy. It could happen. And nobody knows about it. It's all in your head. You've already married him in your head. It's already happened. And nobody else knows. And you're like 15 years old, but and you're scared to talk about it. We should be able to talk about our feelings, and our parents, please be able to. We're living in the US, guys. It's an overly sexualized society. Children are exposed to sexual images at a young age. The statistics are overwhelming. They're overwhelming. We cannot be in denial of that reality. We have to be able to talk to our kids in a safe environment about these things and be able to help them work through these emotions, because these emotions are not a joke. If they were that, you don't like to remember what you were like when you were 15, 16, 17, and 18 years old. You don't like to remember, but if you do, you'll understand what they're going through. You have to remind yourself of what you went through. And I love those of you that come up with fictional versions of your teenage years. When I was young, I didn't even know what woman meant. No, that's not true. That is not true. So you can't do that. You have to be realistic. And you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with your children, inshallah. May Allah help us, give us the strength to be able to do that. So she says, she says, come over here. Young man, beautiful woman, doors are all closed. You're supposed to do what she wants anyway. Nobody's going to find out. And you've reached the most intense hormonal age you'll ever reach. Yusuf alayhi salam is a man. He's not an angel. He's a man. He's a prophet, but he's a man. And then at that age, I tell you, if you've studied teen psychology, scary business. The scene is, if this was a scene in a movie, you'd have to, who's watching? You'd have to press pause and say, can we watch this? As soon as you get to the part where she says, hey, talak, you're like, ooh! Kids, leave the room. He says, ma'ad Allah. I seek a place where I can find Allah's refuge.